Welcome to Clever News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. A session of Edo House of Assembly calls for the impeachment of Governor Obaseki for threatening that Nigeria will burn if 180 members of the minority caucus of the 10th House of Representatives adopt motion for the release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. Ohaneze Indigbo lampoons presidential media aide Bayo Onanuga over protest allegations leveled against Peter Obi, just as ace musician Charlie Boy says, touch Obi and see what will happen. I am Florence Joshua with these and more. Senate President Godswill Akpabio this Tuesday issued a public apology to Senator representing Kogi Central Natasha Akpoti for comment he made last week suggesting she was speaking like she was in a nightclub. The incident occurred when Akpoti spoke without being recognized by the Senate President. Speaking on the floor of the Red Chamber on Tuesday, Akpabio expressed regret over his remarks and emphasized his respect for women, adding that he will not intentionally denigrate any woman. Akpabio noted that both his phone and his wife's phone have been inundated with calls and text messages, many of which are insulting. In response to claims circulating on social media that he has numerous girlfriends, Akpabio firmly denied these allegations, saying, "I have only one wife and she is enough for me."
So, distinguished Senator Natasha, I want to apologize to you if you felt offended. If I had mentioned that we are not in the market, they will say I said you are a market woman. If I said that you are not in a nightclub where people shout above the noise of the music, they will say you went to nightclub. If I said you were not in a community meeting in the village, they will say Akpabio says Natasha is a village woman. For me, there is nothing I will say that will not be misunderstood.
The Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization, Ohaneze Indigbo, has faulted the special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, over the comment he made to the effect that the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 general elections, Mr. Peter Obi, is responsible for sponsoring the planned nationwide protest against the government of President Bola Tinubu. The organization, in a press statement titled and signed by Dr. Chidozie Alex Ogbonna, the National Publicity Secretary of Ohaneze Indigbo Worldwide, titled The Persistent Igbophobia and National Development, noted that it views Onanuga's bizarre disposition towards anything Igbo as unthoughtful and full of deep-seated hate. He said, several gullible, undiscerning persons have joined Onanuga to state specifically that the Igbo are the propellers of the forthcoming nationwide protest, adding that Ohaneze views the above remarks by Onanuga as true to type. Ogbonna recollected that on March 19, 2023, Onanuga was reported by several news media to have issued a serious warning to the Igbo, stating, "Let 2023 be the last time of Igbo interference in Lagos politics. Let there be no repeat in 2027. When many well-meaning Nigerians, including Mr. Festus Keyamo, cautioned Onanuga on the ignoble path he has chosen for himself, he was quoted to have stated, "I owe no one apology for ethnic slur against Igbos." The looming nationwide protest reminds one of Occupy Nigeria, a socio-political protest movement that began in Nigeria on Monday, 2nd January 2012, in response to the fuel subsidy removal by the federal government of President Goodluck Jonathan on Sunday, 1 January 2012. Protests took place across the country, including the cities of Kano, Surulere, Ojota, part of metropolitan Lagos, Abuja, MENA, and at the Nigerian High Commission in London. The protests have been characterized by civil disobedience, civil resistance, strike actions, demonstrations, and online activism. The use of social media services such as Twitter and Facebook was a prominent feature of the protest. With the majority of Nigerians living on less than $2 per day, cheap petrol is viewed by many Nigerians as the only tangible benefit they receive from the state, hence the widespread disapproval. In addition, the economy has been heavily reliant on crude oil amongst other reasons due to absence of essential infrastructure and services, such as constant electricity. A consequence of this is that other seemingly unrelated items are tied to the price of fuel and has occurred from previous price hikes. Due to the absence of stable electricity, gasoline generators are a common energy alternative for small businesses and residences. Several previous governments have tried to remove the subsidy but have backed down in the face of widespread public protest and reduced it instead. Back to now, as some groups are separating themselves from the planned protest, others are bent on going ahead. In all of this, the government is talking tough while accusing some Nigerians, including Peter Obi of the Labour Party, of complicity. Similarly, police were out in force on the empty streets of the Uganda capital, Kampala, ahead of a planned anti-corruption rally that has been banned by the authorities. President Yaouri, who has ruled the East African country with an iron fist for almost 4 decades, had warned the demonstrators at the weekend that they were playing with fire. Meanwhile, a report says 3 opposition lawmakers were being remanded in custody late Monday after opposition leader Bobby Wine said his National Unity Platform (NUP) headquarters was under siege by police and army officers. The call to action over corruption has organized online drawing inspiration from the mostly Gen Z-led anti-government protests in neighboring Kenya that have roiled the country for a month. Leading Uganda protester Shami Nabasa told reporters on Monday, "We are the youth and heart of our country, and we are not letting down our country," she said. Meanwhile, posters shared online ahead of the rallies urged demonstrators to march on Parliament. However, police spokesman Katuma Rusoki said the authorities will not allow a demonstration that will risk peace and security of the country. Former Governor Nasiru El-Rufai has petitioned the Federal High Court accusing a judge, Rilwano Akaiwa, of bias in the case he filed against state government and State House of Assembly. El-Rufai sued the two bodies for alleged infringement of his rights while investigating alleged financial mismanagement by his administration between 2015 and 2023. He asked the Federal High Court to declare unconstitutionally the report of the State Assembly indicting him of mismanaging about 423 billion naira from loans obtained by his administration. We have a commentary.
This commentary is coming on the heels of a petition by former Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State to the Federal High Court, accusing a judge, Rilwano Aikawa, of bias in a case he filed against the state government and State House of Assembly. El-Rufai asked the Federal High Court to declare unconstitutional the report of the State Assembly indicting him of his managing about 423 billion naira from loans obtained by his administration. The immediate past chairman of Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Kaduna State Chapter, Reverend Dr. John Joseph Hayab, has called on Kaduna citizens to unite and insists that justice is done over revelations of alleged money laundering and squandering of public funds against the immediate past governor, Nasir El-Rufai, and his appointees. He added that everyone must be compelled by law to refund the collective fortunes of the citizenry or face the consequences prescribed by law. Hayab stated this in a write-up titled, "When the Lion Eats the Forbidden Meat," which reflects on the report of Kaduna State House of Assembly's ad hoc committee, which investigated the loans collected by the El-Rufai administration. He said the money that is unaccounted for, as reported by the Kaduna State House of Assembly committee, calls for wonder if those who cornered the fortunes of the state into private pockets have any conscience at all. Hayab added that the other cause for worry is why should the masses of Kaduna suffer when very few individuals stash away loans purportedly taken to better their lives and at the end of the day deny the populace the services promised them. In Clearview News Desk, we have a culture of balancing stories, and while pursuing this, we decided that we approach the son of El-Rufai known as Bello. Remember him? He is member representing Kaduna North Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, who declared that Nigeria lost an effective administrator in his father, former Kaduna Governor Nasir El-Rufai, after the Senate rejected his appointment as minister. Bello said he took his pleas and those of other family members for his father to accept the ministerial nomination from President Bola Tinubu in the first instance. So, we have decided not to use him to balance our story on alleged mismanagement of about 423 billion naira by his father, and we therefore took a U-turn as he was busy attacking the Kaduna State House of Assembly. This attack led to the Speaker, Yusuf Liman, cautioning him, Bello, against intimidating the Assembly regarding its investigation into his father's 8-year tenure. A statement released by Liman's spokesman, Suraj Bamali, revealed that Bello El-Rufai, a member of the House of Representatives, made provocative remarks about the lawmakers on social media, of course, which he later deleted, and sent the Speaker disrespectful messages via WhatsApp. Liman affirmed that such intimidation wouldn't deter the Assembly from ensuring justice and accountability, as he reiterated the Assembly's commitment to its oversight role and upholding the rule of law in Kaduna State. The actions of Bello El-Rufai were described as erratic and unruly. The screenshots of these tweets and messages have been widely circulated, causing concern among the citizens of Kaduna State. Well, it is disheartening that a federal lawmaker entrusted with representing the people will resort to such behavior, attempting to obstruct the lawful functions of the State Assembly. So we, at Clearview, are disturbed that the so-called tough posture the former governor displayed with an air of know-it-all could be associated with the typical way lions in the jungle behave, chasing away other animals only to eat all accrued meat alone. Besides, the sad development tells a lot about the damage praise singing can cause society, whether at the federal, state, or local level. What is more worrying is that many talented and industrious, young, educated persons who should be in the front calling on leaders to be accountable now seem dedicated to praise singing, trying to paint individuals in leadership positions with little or no integrity to look angelic for a pot of soup at the expense of generations unborn. On account of the charge of preliminary findings on the dealing by El-Rufai's led government, Clearview strongly appeals to Kaduna State citizens to unite and insist that justice is served. Anyone who fails to account for the collective fortunes of the citizenry should be compelled by law to refund the funds sidetracked or face the consequences prescribed by law. When people engage in divisive action to cover up for the evil they do, it is godly people who should come out publicly and unite to condemn and resist such a move. In the words of the immediate past chairman of Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Kaduna State Chapter, Reverend Dr. John Joseph Hayab, our children and future generations will not forgive us if we keep quiet and allow evil like the revelation coming from the investigations by the Kaduna State House of Assembly to go with impunity. Accordingly, he commended the State Assembly members for showing courage to come out strongly united to call wrong by its name, irrespective of who is involved, adding that the support and prayers of the good people of Nigeria, most especially Kaduna, should not stop until every deceit is exposed. Nasir El-Rufai was once the no-nonsense minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, and former governor of Kaduna State, who stood for integrity and high moral standards. All through his 8 years in office, El-Rufai displayed zero tolerance for corruption.
The Edo State chapters of the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Congress on Monday traded words over alleged threats by Governor Godwin Obaseki to burn down Nigeria if the police arrest his boys for killing of Inspector Akpabio. Recall that the police orderly attached to the governorship candidate of the APC, Monday Akpabio, was shot dead on Thursday when the convoy of the court reinstated Deputy Governor of the state, Philip Shuaibu, and the APC candidate were leaving the Benin airport. Following the killing and the call by APC for the arrest of men of the state security network suspected to have killed the police officer, Obaseki in a viral video threatened that Nigeria would burn if there was a repeat of what happened in the state on Thursday.
So I won't say much. The rest is up to you. But you know, we just kept quiet last Thursday. If they try what they tried last Thursday again, Nigeria will go. Hey! And I will lead it. You? So I won't say much. The rest is up to you. But you know, we just kept quiet last Thursday. If they try what they tried last Thursday again, Nigeria will go. Hey! And I will lead it.
180 members of the House of Representatives Minority Caucus, led by Obi Agocha, lawmaker representing Ikwano, Umahi North and Umahi South Federal Constituency of Abia State, have unanimously called for the release of Nnamdi Kanu from custody. The caucus, made up of members of the People's Democratic Party, while 115 seats, Labour Party 35 seats, New Nigeria's People's Party 19 seats, All Progressive Grand Alliance 5 seats, Social Democratic Party 2 seats, Young Progressive Party 2 seats, and the African Democratic Congress 2 seats. Appealing, Agocha urged his colleagues to take a definitive position on the ongoing discourse surrounding the detention of Kanu and to explore a political solution to this release. In his address, Agocha emphasized the importance of a united stance within the minority caucus, highlighting that the resolution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is crucial for national peace and stability. He called for immediate and strategic engagement with relevant stakeholders to advocate for a peaceful and political resolution to the political matter, which has significantly implications for socio-political landscape of Nigeria. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Clearview News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us. Learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with ardor and attended with diligence. Welcome back. World record holder Toby Amushon has been selected as the country's flag bearer for the opening ceremony of the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. This appointment marks a historic moment for Nigerian athletes as Amushon becomes the first track and field athlete in 2 decades to receive this honor since after Mary Oyale at the Athens 2004 Games. Amushon, known for her outstanding performances in the 100 meters hurdle, will lead the Nigerian contingent during the Parade of Nations at the opening ceremony. The federal government has defended its establishment of the Ministry of Livestock, saying it will boost this nation's economy. This follows criticism from various quarters over the creation of the ministry. However, President of Meeti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACBAN, Baba Othman, has defended the government's decision. He said, the ministry will save Nigerians billions of dollars in foreign exchange from the importation of powdered milk and other livestock products. Baba Othman also noted that the country will earn billions of dollars in the export of leather, beef and other products in the livestock value chain. He cited the example of the newly created blue economy, which he said will also boost the nation's economy.
There are billions of dollars in foreign exchange from the importation of powdered milk and other livestock products, as the country will also be positioned to earn billions of dollars in the export of leather, beef, and other livestock-related value chain products. As it is today, it is a sector that employs Nigerians cutting across tribe and religion, some as butchers, transporters, tax collectors, dairy and beef producers, etc., etc. After all, when we talk of livestock, it goes beyond cows. We are talking of pigs, goats, sheep, fish, donkeys, camel, etc., etc. And therefore, we are highly disappointed by the comments of some very educated people in several interviews granted in the media, equating creation of the ministry to the Ruga project of the last administration, and insinuating that it is a Fulani thing, and also as an attempt to take other people's land by force to settle pastoralists. These myopic commentators are so entrenched in their anti-Fulani sentiment that they fail to see the bigger picture and the opportunities open to veterinarians, animal scientists, beef and dairy processors, range managers, investment bankers, etc., etc.
Meanwhile, the government has assured that the ministry will be a game changer for the livestock industry, creating jobs and stimulating economic growth. Critics, however, argue that the ministry is unnecessary and will only lead to more bureaucracy and a waste of resources. The government has maintained that the establishment of the Ministry of Livestock is a step in the right direction, saying it will diversify the nation's economy and reduce dependence on oil. A 23-year-old man, an indigene of Ibono Ibom local government area of Akpabio state, identified as Daniel Edem Ekon, has confessed the killing and burying of a commercial motorcyclist in a shallow grave. Okon, who spoke while fielding questions from journalists at the police headquarters Ikpot Akpan, Abia Luyo local government area on Monday, disclosed that he used a knife to stab the motorcyclist identified as Savior Anthony Effiong, 45, to death, buried him and took away his motorcycle. The mother and robbery suspect explained that he killed his victim just to steal his motorcycle and sell it to make some money. While parading Edem Ekon alongside other criminal suspects, including 20 suspected vandals, the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Wahid, disclosed that Okon was arrested during a stop-and-search operation. Wahid advised commercial motorcyclists to avoid taking their passengers to lonely places late in the night, as criminals take advantage of such places to rob their victims. And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. The Edo State chapter of the All Progressive Congress APC has called on the State House of Assembly to commence impeachment process against the governor, Godwin Obaseki, over his alleged threat to burn down Nigeria. 180 members of the House of Representative Minority Caucus have unanimously called for the release of Nnamdi Kanu from custody. The motion, which was moved by Rep. Obi Agwocha, representing Ikwanu Umahi North and Umahi South Federal Constituency, appealed to the Minority Caucus for the release, and this was unanimously adopted at a meeting in Abuja. The Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization, Ohaneze in the Igbo, has faulted the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Chief Bayo Onanuga, over the comment he made to the effect that the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 general elections, Mr. Peter Obi, is responsible for sponsoring the planned nationwide protest against the government of President Bola Tinubu. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Text, or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Florence Joshua. Bye for now.